So today I'm making chicken curry for dinner. So in here I have my chicken thighs, and these are the spices that I've used. So a chicken masala mix, a curry powder, and a little bit of a butter chicken mix. You can use whatever spices you really prefer, but I would tend to stick to ones that are made for chicken recipes. I also added in about 4 tablespoons of yogurt into this and mixed it in with the spices. I have some chopped onion and chopped garlic in there as well. You're going to want to heat your pan up and then wait for your pan to get pretty hot before you add your oil, and then you can add in your oil. Actually, you should be able to see the rivets. That means your pan is hot enough. So when you've added your oil, you want to throw in your onion and garlic. You're going to continue to fry that and mix it at the same time. When you start to see some browning happening, like there, you can turn down the heat about halfway and continue to mix while stirring so that they don't burn, but yet they do get plenty of colour. And now it's time for some salt. This will make the onions cry and fry quicker. So when the onions are starting to brown a little more, not fully browned, but they're quite limp, then you want to add in chopped tomato. You can use canned, but I have fresh available, and fresh is always best. Where you can put fresh, put fresh. No problem with canned though. And you want to just fry those tomatoes up. Continue to fry for about 3 to 4 minutes. Obviously, if you are using fresh tomato, depending on how ripe it is, it will take a little longer to break down, so you want it to be quite mushy. As you can see, it's not quite there yet, it's escaping from me. It should be where you press it and it becomes quite mushy, so just fry until that stage. If you're using canned tomatoes, you won't have to fry it for as long. This might take a couple of minutes longer depending on how ripe it is. When you begin to see the tomatoes, the skin separate and it's becoming more easier to break up, you're going to add 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste. So you're going to fry that about a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half, depending on how much ginger you want. You can also use fresh ginger. I don't have it to hand today, but it does add a lovely flavour. So you're going to just fry that out. This tends to spit at you if you add it at the very start, so don't add it until this stage. And now when the ginger garlic is fully fried, you're going to want to add in your chicken. This is a chicken masala mix. You can keep whatever does not fall out with the chicken, keep it to one side. We're going to use that, don't throw it. And we're going to just fry this out for about 3 to 4 minutes. Now I'm using a skinless, boneless thigh. Obviously chicken curry will taste better if you use bone in, but this is what I have available. It was there, it needed using up, so I chose it for this recipe. But when you use bone in, it will always add more flavour. It's been about 3 minutes. Now on to the next stage. I'm going to add in potatoes. This step is optional, but I do like potatoes in my curry. Any potatoes will do. Make sure they're not too floury or too waxy. Something hybrid, like a Maris Piper. And you're just gonna fry them with the chicken just for about another minute, just to soak up some of the flavor and any of the water that was surrounding them from washing and peeling them. You just want to kind of evaporate that. And remember how I said don't get rid of this? You want to scrape this out now with a spatula and add it. I don't want to waste any of that masala. And the reason why I say to wait to add this is because it tends to evaporate during the frying process, so it's better to wait a little bit longer. Now we're going to add in about a quarter cup of sada, not too much, just a little bit. And we're going to fry that in. Fry it for about another maybe 2 minutes, maybe a bit less. At this point our chicken would still be raw in the center a little bit, and that's okay because our potatoes are raw. And you're going to be covering this in another few minutes and letting it simmer on a very low heat for quite a while. And then we're going to add in about a quarter cup of water. We're then going to turn down the heat to the lowest setting, give it a stir. This will prevent the chicken from going dry because you added the water after the chicken was partially cooked and well seared. And now you're going to cover it, and it's at its lowest heat setting. Cover it and leave it for about 40 minutes. It has been about 40 minutes. Haven't looked at it yet, but I'm about to uncover it. Looking good. That oil separation on top, that's exactly what you want to see. And the chicken feels nice and tender, but not dry at all. Really, really good. So at this point, because these potatoes are a little bit more waxy, I'm just going to test them to make sure they're fully cooked. So yeah, they are fully cooked. So I'm going to put that aside and make my rice. You can have this with either rice or naan, but it is delicious. It's so aromatic and the smell is just filling the room. It is a little bit more watery than I would like, so what I will do is keep it on a low heat, keep it simmering away, but keep the lid off it, and then the sauce will actually thicken. And there we have it.